such an honor, honestly. Like, I love her books so much because she writes characters so three-dimensionally and she's so good at plot and story. And so, yeah, it's an honor to be contributing something to the Hooververse for sure. But it's also intimidating to be like, this is Morgan, this is Jonah, this is Clara, this is Miller. So we humbly submit this to the Hooververse. We hope you approve. I think you will. We tried really hard. It was vital, you know. It was like, it only works if you're on the ride with us, if you're feeling what we're feeling, whether you agreed with it or not. And some of these characters make decisions that I think most people disagree with over the course of the movie. So I feel like, yeah, it's just one of those very human stories. It's just about the biggest things that come up for people emotionally. I just think that it's never too late to make a choice that's going to make this life worth living. And that comes with a lot of privilege. We aren't always in a position to be able to choose your way out of a bad situation. Sometimes you get to be the agent of choice, sometimes it's thrust upon you. But the movie just invites people to think about the decisions they've made, where they are in life, and how they feel about it.
It was pretty great. I mean, get a load of this guy. He's pretty charming. It was very fun to get to do this like kind of romance film with him, especially because Mason was like my best friend for ages before shooting. So, you know, sometimes films or things like this with the romance aspect, or I guess also the drama and the trauma and the grief of it all is also so scary to portray and to perform, but it's nice to be able to do it with somebody that you're so comfortable with and feel so safe with. So, you know, this was such a beautiful experience all around, but it was also so wonderful. Nobody I would have rather done it with. The chemistry? God, extensive work. It was so difficult to have chemistry with him. It was the easiest thing I've ever done. I mean, like I said, it definitely helped that I knew Mason for so long beforehand, before shooting, but I feel like even if we met each other just on the day, like it would have been the exact same result. We've always just like clicked, so honestly we didn't have to do much, but we did go through the script a million times before shooting, so I don't know. It just happened.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's also a big responsibility. You know, there's huge fans of the book out there, and so we wanted to honor that. And for me, stepping into this role, I felt comfortable because this character is actually closer to who I am than maybe any other role I've ever played, and so that allowed me to kind of be free and just bring some of myself to it. Yeah, I mean, I think our director, Josh Boone, he really directed us in a way where he wanted everything to feel very subtle and real and grounded and not lean into the melodrama. Like, everything's there, just play it real. And, like, you know, his guiding light were directors like Cameron Crowe. I think about movies like Jerry Maguire or Almost Famous or Say Anything. And those movies, they kind of have a little bit of everything. They got the drama, they got the tears, they got the humor, they got just the relatable characters that just feel true to life. We could use some hope, for sure. And I think that's why people will respond to this movie is like, I don't know, just speaking for me, the types of films and TV shows that I'm seeking out, it's a little harder to go to that darker stuff right now just because of what's going on in the world. And so something like this, it's nice to just walk out of the theater, feel some hope, feel some catharsis, and just like kind of feel a little bit lighter.
I mean, honestly, that was the easiest part. I mean, me and Mckenna, from the first time meeting her, I met her like a year in advance before filming, and I've never clicked with something like that in my life. It was just so easy. So the fact we got to, and I feel like going into a job like this, and only it's somebody you've never met before, so it can be a little awkward and kind of going through the motions. But with Mckenna, it was so easy, and we just had a lot of fun. So getting to do it with her was special. First of all, everybody, you know, there's so many people who love this book and love these characters and love Miller so much, especially me. So it was really important to do him justice, and for me and the fans, and just bring him to life best I could. I mean, it genuinely is. I mean, every single character, I mean, it's what drew me to it in the first place, is it's just so real. And all these characters make mistakes, and they're not villains for it, they're just people at the end of the day. And I think that's why so many people, no matter what age you are, you can just put yourself in anybody's shoes and just relate. It was the most special thing I've probably done in my career yet. Yeah.
I did a Nicholas Sparks movie a while ago, and so that was based, sort of, it had a similar type of thing. You have a built-in audience. I think you just want to make the audience happy. That's why we're able to make these movies, because of the audience, and it's able to go to theaters, which is important. So that's all we're doing. Yeah, that's what I liked about the film is it's not, it really tackles the gray area in life, and it's grounded. It's messy. This movie's messy. It's not fairy tale like, and I think that's what people gravitate to her books. That's why people liked the Blake Lively film, because it's messy and it's dealing with real shit.
I mean, it's pretty amazing what these books have done for women and readers. I mean, the force behind them is considerable and incredible. And I mean, it's just always fun to get to be part of a literary adaptation. It's something I really enjoy and savor. I feel like when you're tasked with taking a literary character and bringing them to life, you kind of have to fill in all the blanks. You have to make that person be as rich as someone's imagination of that person and richer. And so that's the kind of fun job as an actor with any script, but especially with a book adaptation where you have to do the work that an imagination of a reader would do. And it's a big task.
I want to represent my people, the Gen Z folk of the world, and that it's easy to even in grief and tragedy to make light and joke around, and that's a lot of the coping mechanisms of my generation, and you've just got to represent that. Absolutely. Gen Z, you gotta see this because you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna have a good time, and then you're gonna freak out about college admissions, just like they do in the movie.
Oh man, I mean, this film, the highlight of this film just being that love can be so messy sometimes, was something that really connected with me. At least when I first read the script, it was just the fact that this film is something that really highlights just how love can be so messy, but you can still kind of just go through with it, and just kind of dealing with that in a relationship is just so beautiful, I think, to me. Just that messiness and how beautiful that can be, and just struggling through that. So yeah, that's what I remember when I read the script for the first time, for sure. It was we just kind of just clicked immediately, and we all had this group chat, and we were all hanging out outside a set, and it was like I was back in high school or something, It was kind of like that. But yeah, that made it so easy, and it just made the chemistry between all of our characters in this film and every take I did so much easier. And I think, if anything, that I'm just so happy that they made it so smooth for me. So yeah, for real.